don't.
Sorry about it, Nicolina. Sorry about it.
And rewards. Well,
Good morning. I think this is a 10-second delay, they said. So I'll wait just a minute for everybody coming in and tell you what's going on with me today. I watched Roger's reaction and commentary to my video, and he titled his live, Constance Sue Lies to You. Well, Roger, that wasn't very nice, because I don't lie. And I wasn't even going to react to it or commentate on it because it was ridiculous. But since I laughed through it, I thought y'all might want to laugh through it with me. Instead of reacting to it like, know this, I didn't do this. Because, it's just obvious. But we're still going to point it out. I thought I would share the humor that I saw in it with all y'all, because it was quite funny. So the name of this live stream today is Disseminate, Pontificate, Pillar of Knowledge, oh my. Let's listen. Oh, let me start by telling you, mods, if you could also maybe drop every so often drop the fact that I can't see chat. I still haven't learned how to do the share screen yet. I do that today. I was going to do it yesterday, and I was going to come back on and talk to y'all about the Dolly video. But sometimes my job, like what I think might take me 2 hours, could turn into 4 hours. Like if somebody says, oh, this is what I need done as a new client, and then I get that done, they're like, oh, could you do this? Or would you mind doing this too? I'm not ever going to say no. I'm going to say, sure, I can, which turns into what I think would take 2 hours, take 4 hours. So what I thought I could get done fast yesterday didn't get done fast yesterday. So I didn't get to do that. But that's the pros and the cons of being able to work for yourself. If I want to spend 4 hours on YouTube, as long as I get my job done, it doesn't matter, as long as I get the job done. But if you could drop through maybe through the chat that, remember, Constance can't see comments, because I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them. And if new people come in, that is one of the big things I want to do. I want to be welcoming. I hate going to a chat and I put my little wavy hand and nobody acknowledges it. But I also don't want to be fake. I don't, just say hi or welcome, however you want to do it. I don't care. But welcome people in and just let them know that I can't see chat because I'm not smart enough to share the screen yet, but I'll get to it. Also, yes, YouTube did catch my license expired. My birthday was January 30th. My license expired on my birthday. I understand there's rules, but what drives me absolutely crazy is that's still me. That ID is still me. I don't care if it's expired. But now I got to go down and get my driver's license renewed, which is a pain in the ass here. I've got to make an appointment. And the appointments, I think right now, I really haven't called. I'm assuming. But last time I called to get it done because I was going to get it done. No, wait a minute. I think I can do it online. I think they told me that I could do it online. I think that's why I didn't have to do it. Let's cross all our fingers and hope that I can do it online. That would be a blessing. Anyway, because my monetization was on hold because of the credit card, and now my license is expired, I don't have monetization. But if you should feel so moved to support me a tip, throw me some, a dollar. It is Cash App, $, capital C, lowercase ONNIEKR68. Always appreciated, never required or expected. And only do it if you feel entertained or you feel informed. I don't want anybody's money for any other reason other than you felt moved because you were entertained or informed. Now, let's get into Mr. Roger Brown video dated February 15th, 2023. Oh, I put 16th in the video description. I'm sure someone's going to point that out. But again, this is my reaction review, my commentary to Roger Brown Reacts, which is covered under fair use, because you can commentate, react, or review, but you could also use it for education. And Lord, is this video going to educate you today? Well, probably not you guys, because most of my viewers don't need the education. But hopefully his viewers will come over here to hate watch and I can educate them. Or maybe he'll stream me so I can educate them. Either way, my hope for today is that somebody gets a little bit educated more than they were before the stream. So let's listen. Hope everybody's having a good day.
John Deere said, Ernie didn't go live today because Tristan, air quote, caught him on YouTube last night. I'm sure
it's going to be really hard to hear because when he was playing, he is playing my video and it's hard to hear. But we don't necessarily need to hear what I was saying because we already know what we were saying. What we're reacting to is his words. So let's listen.
she did. I'm sure she did. I mean, does he think people are so stupid that they will forget?
Now, Constance Sue is a moron.
Let's start with this. Now, Roger, I know I have a hard time with it too sometimes. And it was something I had to work on in the beginning. But I don't know why anybody thinks they have to yell when they do a reaction or review video. Not many are deaf.
Let's get this out here. Constance Sue thinks that BK and Rap can put rewards out on people.
Wait. Did I just see that right? Did I just, like I have a ponytail holder, like, I always call it a ponytail holder? A scrunchie, something like that. Did he just put all his hair to the back and it stuck? Like having dippity-doo or that Grecian for men or some shit, or maybe just oil. I don't know. Did I see him? And it's just an observation. Did he just swish his hair all back and the shit stayed there and didn't fall? Wow. Wow. In my Ernie Shell voice, wow. Okay.
You know that is illegal. Yes. The whole putting a reward out on someone, because they're not the state.
Okay.
They're not.
Now let's look. I went to Google and I said, hey, Google, is it, oh, Jesus, is it illegal to put, well, that's not what I said because I Googled it. Is it legal, maybe? Is it legal to offer a reward? No, is it legal to offer a cash reward for information to find somebody? That came up. I know I asked this. That's all what came up. Now, I didn't go I didn't go into this because all I could find right off the bat, yeah, that's right, that's how it worked. Dang it. It was when I Googled it was Crime Stoppers and anonymous tips. So I looked at like this questions here, reward for wanted people, and the police. I didn't find anything. So what I'm thinking is, if it was illegal, now I'm not saying it because it might be. I might need to do some more research on this. But my thought was, if it was illegal to offer a reward for somebody, that would come up in the search history right away. I think that would come up. But I might not be wording it right. So I'm not going to say that it isn't. But I'm going to go with it's not illegal, or it would have came up in my Google search history. Don't you think? Like I said, right. Okay. So I don't think that's true. I think it's okay.
Not a bonding company.
I didn't offer bond. Now, if I would have put up Ernie's bond, then I would have to be a bonding company. Or Benny would have to be a bonding company. Or Rap would have to be a bonding company. First of all, I didn't put up any money. And Jimbo would have to be a bonding company. But they didn't. So bonding company doesn't matter, Roger.
It is illegal for them to do that.
Now, he is making the statement, right? Now, do we have to, just so I can prove to, I got my facts here. Let's go to my community tab. See, if I was Roger and I said that, I would be showing you a receipt for that. Okay, let's go about. Here. What is the onus of proof in a debate? Now, the onus means who owns it? Who has to show proof in a debate? According to Ethos Debate, www.ethosdebate.com. The burden of proof is the general concept that when you make a claim, you have to back it up. Contrary to popular belief, the burden of proof does not apply only to the affirmative side in a debate round. Anytime one makes a statement, one is responsible for backing it up. The source is 2017. Now, if I wanted to get really, 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 precise about this, I could have searched for a more current source, a 2023 source. But because I know this is a basic in debate and it's not something that is subject to change, I'm happy with 2017. If it had been a controversial subject or an undetermined court case that that opinions might waver back and forth, I could have looked up a more current date. But as for me and my depth of proving things on YouTube right now, 2017 is a good enough source for me. Now let's get back to this.
Get what he just said. Murphy's Law. Hi, Constance Sue. Chat. Hi, Murphy's Law.
Constance Sue, you're a fucking moron.
I'm sure they said you.
Okay.
Prove you're a moron in court.
It's not into small, tiny man, and he's probably.
Did you just say you could prove I was a moron in court?
Without even fighting.
A bonding company. It is illegal for them to do that.
Oh Lord, them fingernails. But I digress on that subject anyway.
Get what he just said. Murphy's Law. Hi, Constance Sue. Chat. Hi, Murphy's Law.
Constance Sue, you're a fucking moron.
I'm sure they said you.
And I can prove you're a moron in court.
He's not into small, tiny man, and he's probably not even.
Good luck with that, Roger.
I think he's 5'6" to 5'8". I remember seeing his
That's your live chat.
Kentucky, and I think they have him right at 5'8". But he might wear them elevator shoes like Dog the Bounty Hunter does, that make him big boy. Leslie said that when she took a picture with him, he made her stand like down off the curb so he looked taller. Judo Tap Out says, so mystery just got off Facebook Live with
Hello, Rosie. Hello, Piratess. Hello, Teresa.
Hi, Patricia.
Hello, Zip. Well, I was just sitting here resting, trying to get tired, because I do have a big day tomorrow. But Constant was so full of fucking shit. I'm like, no, we're going to go live and we're going to play a little of this bullshit and rebut it. Because you see, Rap, he's handling everything the legal way. I've got this on charge. So let me try to set this up a different way. Because it was supposed to have flipped, but it didn't. For some reason, it's determined to stream in portrait if I want to or not. Okay.
Oh, Libs, I didn't know you were going live.
Hello, Kushi.
If everybody wants to go over to Liberators, y'all could come back and watch me. They probably have breaking, better news and tell you about what's all going on in their life. So, in fact, I want to hear it too. Are they live now or are they going live in 30 minutes? Oh, you stupid. Let's see. Oh, okay, at 12:30. Okay. What time is it? It's 12. Cool. I'll get done when I can get done. But then we'll go to Liberators because I want to hear what's going on with them. Okay, back to Roger.
Okay. Hello, Kushi. But yes, she is. Oh, yeah. And she's under this impression that Rap's handling things the legal way. Rap just got money for video games.
Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. You know what, folks? I thought that Smoky Mountain Mama was the sugar mama. Somebody that has a sugar mama doesn't need to get money for video games. Rap can get video games anytime he wants to. She has money. And you know what, Roger? Rap is also capable of doing 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6 things at once. He could get video games and still go live if he wanted to. So keep telling yourself that that's why he's gone. Keep telling yourself and keep telling all your viewers that's what he's doing.
Instant Rap got that video game unit. He stopped paying any attention to his lives, and he was playing games and basically ignoring his own live streams. And that,
Roger, can you back that up? This is the problem I have with you and the Ernalina trigger twats. You sit over there and you make statements and claims like you know it is fact. And it's not fact. In fact, 98%. Oh, okay. I can't say 98% because that's a set value and I can't prove that set value. But a lot of what y'all say over there, you just make up out of your head. But the problem with that is you see these regulars in here. Now, I don't know the pirates. Don't see them much. But Teresa Upchurch, OG Cushy Cush, Amber, Missouri Mama, a.k.a. Christina, Rosie Wren, and more. They're all the regulars. So all you're doing is lying to your regulars. And let's see, how many subscribers do you have? I don't know how long you've had this channel. Roger Brown Reacts. Let's go look. About. You made this channel on August 27th, 2018. And you have 1,740 some subscribers. Well, maybe that should tell you that all you're doing is playing to the people that you always have. And if you're happy with that, I'm happy for you, Roger.
that's
Really
all
am.
he's done and all he's doing is he's getting ass, eating food, getting high, and playing video games.
Sounds like a damn good life to me.
Good night if you're going to bed. Blue and Black said, James, everything he says is stupid. Not one of his trading can be confirmed. I asked all over, not one person can confirm his little
Hello, anyone I missed.
You know, the only thing that I did confirm was that he did hang posters for Jimbo. Can you believe, after everything that fool has said about Jimbo, that he put Jimbo down as a reference? And he didn't even put him down as a correct reference, like to hang flyers. Jimbo will have to tell you what it was because I forgot now. But it was some shit like executive in charge of something. And he put Jimbo's number down there.
Now, this is what Jimbo told her. I mean, we all know that Jimbo is a liar. Now, everything Constance Sue says will not be wrong. But
let's back that up. What'd you say there, Roger?
Is what Jimbo told her. I mean, we all...
No, it's not what Jimbo told me. Let's look. I posted on my community tab. I hate to make you look silly, Roger, but that's why facts matter. You know what? Someone needs to electric shock me every time I say or some shit like that when I'm looking things up. Okay. This here is a page of Ernie Shell's resume. I think it was page 2, in fact. Do you see where it says manager and leader of Warrior MMA marketing, 2004 to 2008. I was a significant factor in the success, I hate it when it does that, of Warrior MMA. Warrior MMA promoted over 100 fight cards during this time. Manager and leader of Manager and leader of Warrior MMA marketing. I was responsible for a crew of 20 to 30 employees in this department alone. I was over all creative control, creating new ideas leading to Warrior MMA's rise. I was in charge of the entire work crew on event nights, including hiring security and police. I was responsible for purchases, setup, marketing, advertising, clients, and purchases for equipment, food, and employees. I was over crowd base, which reached into thousands sometimes. I was overseeing promoter when the promoter had to stay away or had to be away. Warrior MMA promoter, James Collins. See my little finger there? Roger Brown. Ernie Shell Jimbo didn't tell me that. Ernie Shell told me that. Now, why would you sit over there and say that Jimbo told me that when you don't know who told me that? Did you ask me? Did you say, Constance, who told you that? No, because you're an Ernalina and because you hang around, all of the whole trigger twats, I'm going to include you too, because the Ernalina trigger twats, instead of Josie and the Pussycats, it's Ernalina and the trigger twats. I can't sing for shit. But can somebody make me a clip to the Josie and the Pussycats? I want it to say Ernalina and the trigger twats. But because y'all do this shit, that's why I'm making this video. Very clearly you can see that Ernie Shell, when he sent me this resume, now I suppose I could go completely as far to go into my email and show you that Ernie sent this and I clicked on it and downloaded it, but I've done that. It's in my community tab. But if y'all want me to do that again, I'll be happy to do it because I'm making the claim. It's my burden to prove the claim. But I'm telling you right now, this is from the email Ernie sent. In the matter of time, I'm not going to open my email. But if anybody wants me to, I sure can. Then, since this is a resume, and what you do is you check references, then you ask James Collins. James Collins, did Ernest Shell work for you from 2004 to 2008 as manager and leader of Warrior MMA marketing? And James Collins said, no, he hung flyers for me. I paid him $500 to hang flyers. Now, I suppose you can't blame Ernie for churching up your resume. Like, what was it? Roseanne Barr used to say housewife was a domestic engineer. Okay, I'll give you that, Ernie. But the fact that he straight out lied. This is just one of his references. Just one. He said he was the manager and leader of marketing. Okay, we'll give him that because you can church up your resume. He said he was responsible for a crew of 20 to 30 employees in this department alone. What other departments were there, Ernie? 20 to 30 employees? Jimbo said there was never 20 to 30 employees under Ernie Shell. I was over all creative control. Ernie, did you make the flyers? I didn't ask that, but no, I don't think that he did make the flyers. Creating new ideas leading to Warriors MMA rise. Well, that's a big statement. But when Jimbo said no, all he did was hang flyers, I'm going to say that's a lie. I was in charge of the entire work crew on event nights, including I was in charge of the entire work crew on event nights, including hiring security and police. Well, that was a lie because Jimbo said all he did was hang flyers. I was responsible for purchases, setups, marketing, advertising, clients, and purchases for equipment, food, and employees. Well, Jimbo said he hung flyers, so that's a lie. I was over crowd base, which reached into thousands sometimes. I was overseeing promoter. Instead of saying I was the overseeing promoter, I was overseeing promoter when the promoter had to be away. Well, since Jimbo said that he hung flyers, that's a lie. Warrior MMA promoters, James Collins. Now tell me you haven't used this resume to ever get a job. Because why would you put that down? Why would you hand me this resume knowing I'm going to call James Collins and James Collins is going to say you're full of shit? Now, what you're going to say is, that's a fake resume. I just did that to trigger you, or it was a sting resume or some shit like that. And my response to that is, why would you give somebody that's trying to prove you're a liar resume? If I'm trying to prove you a liar and you hand me a liar resume, that's kind of on you, dude. Why wouldn't you just give me a real resume? We know why, because it doesn't exist. Let's listen.
Know that Jimbo is a liar. Now, everything Constance Sue says will not be wrong. But that's why we're here, is because she's got over 150 people in chat, and she's...
Wait, what? How many, Roger?
Is a liar. Now, everything Constance Sue says will not be wrong. But that's why we're here, is because she's got over 150 people in chat. And
150 people in chat. And I had just started. Well, Nicolina, that kind of debunks what you said. You said I only had 59 in chat, right? Roger here is debunking your claim, Nicolina.
She's feeding them a load of fucking bullshit she knows nothing about, taking...
Well, I just proved that was a lie.
Jimbo's word for it, and is trying to push this shit off.
Nope, I took Ernie Shell's word for it. My bad. Yeah. You're right there, Roger. My bad. I took Ernie Shell's word for it. But I did ask Jimbo.
Respect. She is one of the biggest fucking morons that have ever been on YouTube.
Why are you so mad, bro? Why are you so mad, bro?
What is that? That's the only thing I can verify. And I can verify his human trafficking certificate that he found online. Jimbo got one. Jamie.
Yeah. She was... I was winding down trying to sleep. You know, I was trying to wind down to go to bed. But I flipped through and I just thought, she had a lot of people in here. I'll see what she said.
What?
But
I what? Say that, hear that again.
trying to sleep. I was trying to wind down to go to bed. But I flipped through and I just thought she had a lot of people in here. I'll see what she's saying.
Wow. Ernalina, did you hear that? Again, 2 confirmations that I had a lot of people in there. So your own boy is debunking your bullshit. I didn't have to go prove that I had a lot of people in there because your boy Roger here, Golden Boy Roger here, just said I had 150 some people, and they said I had a lot of people in there. So that I didn't have to go back and prove. Thank you, Roger. I thank you for your support.
Nicolina supposedly raps off YouTube because he's handling everything in the legal way.
Now, no one said rap was off YouTube except y'all. We said he is being quiet and not acknowledging your guys' fuck shit because he's handling the legal way.
Hey, raps off YouTube because he got a bunch of video game money.
Nicolina says down here, Nicolina 777, she's got the tism, Roger. No, she's got the tism, Raj. Okay.
And he's got 4 or 5 new video games, and he's sitting playing with his girlfriend, attempting to give her an orgasm every now and then.
Oh, that's another thing that, you know what? Why do these folks go to that level? I don't know what level to call it, but why would you ever speak on another couple's sex life? Why would you ever speak on someone's sex organs? I think that's just a little weird and creepy. It's cringe. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, ugh, why does he even have a thought about what Rap and Smoky Mountain Mama are doing regarding sex? Why does that even come into your mind to talk about, Roger? I guarantee you, I don't give a shit about what anybody's doing, playing games, let alone in the bedroom or wherever they so choose to do it.
Well, his main goal in life is to get to the next stage.
He got one. I think Kimber said he got one. Fluffy said, I asked why he was whispering and got attacked. Yeah. The pigs don't care how loud you are, Ernie.
And
Jay's
once again, Ernie has not been a creator. Ernie at this point is irrelevant on YouTube. If Ernie was relevant, Roger would be doing content on Ernie.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. If Ernie was relevant, Roger would be doing content on Ernie. Got it.
Ernie is not relevant. And for the fact of the matter is, Jimbo is not relevant either. He's got people that know better falling for his bullshit. That's not hurting any good people. Jimbo is irrelevant. Constance Sue is irrelevant.
Wait a minute. Then why are you covering me? If I'm not relevant, why are we here, bro? You just said I don't cover Ernie because he's not relevant. I'm not covering Jimbo because he's irrelevant. Here you are covering me. So if you're covering me, what's the opposite of irrelevant? Yep, that would be relevant. Again, thanks, bro.
Ernie is irrelevant. But Constance Sue, I mean, I usually don't call creators stalkers, but definitely Constance Sue is stalking Ernie.
Okay, so anybody that hands you a resume, every employer across the entire world, that someone hands them a resume, PG karma, see? So you're telling me, Roger Brown, that everybody that checks into a resume is a stalker. Anybody that checks into a person who says they rescue children, when you check into their credentials, which everybody should do, that is stalking. Let's look up the definition of stalking. stalking. Should we look up the definition in Kentucky? Oh, where's that? That's why I never use it. State statutes. Now here, this is a website. Usually I don't use the first one that pops up because they're usually a sponsor or I don't know. It's not a good source. But women's law I have used before, and it has .org. Now not every .org can be credible, but it's more credible than not if it's a .org. And if you go down here and it's a legislature.ky.gov, that's even better because that is coming from the Kentucky legislature.gov. So let's listen to that. Wait. Stupid hope photo. Oh, it did it. Never mind. I'll go back and show you later. Now this is a PDF. State Statute 508.140, stalking in the first degree. A person is guilty of stalking in the first degree when he intentionally stalks another person and, but this is first degree. So that means you got to do something to it. So we'll see. When he intentionally stalks another person and makes an explicit or implicit threat with the intent to place that person in reasonable fear of sexual contact, as defined in KRS 510.0110 point. Serious physical injury or death. Or, when he intentionally stalks another person, this is A. This is meaning there's one definition and two. So the second one is B. A protective order has been issued by the court to protect the same victim. A criminal complaint is currently pending in the court. The defendant has been convicted or pled guilty within the previous 5 years or felony class C misdemeanor to the same victim. 4. The act or acts are committed while the defendant had a deadly weapon about his person. So what it means is the person is guilty of stalking in the first degree if there's two different answers, A or B, one or the other. But if you go with A, they have to do A plus 1 and 2. Because it says and. Stalks another person and. So you have to do 1 and 2. Or if you do B, you have to do 1, or see the or there, 2, or 3, or 4. That is stalking in the first degree in Kentucky. Now there might be different levels of stalking in Kentucky. So let's go back and look. Find law. Find law is another good source. It ends in .com. .coms are real iffy, but find law is a credible source. So we'll see what find law says. Kentucky stalking laws. 2016. Now, the laws may have updated since 2016, but find law is really good about giving you the current law. So it's just experience that you just know that what websites. And if you wanted to Google, if you don't know if find law is a good source, then go up there and Google what is a good source for Kentucky laws and see what that result comes up. But I trust find law, and since their search, the first thing that came up in the search was this, I'm going to go with this. Now, had I been in a legal setting or something I absolutely needed to know, I mean, like for sure, 100%, or if I had more time, I would go even more in depth into this to make sure that the Kentucky laws haven't changed. But like I said, I trust find law. And for this matter right here, this is good enough for me. It says, most of us enjoy a little extra attention every now and then, but there can be a point where unwanted attention begins to feel frightening or unsafe. Fortunately, the Bluegrass State has specific statutes intended to prevent, prosecute, and punish stalking and stalkers. Here is an introduction to stalking laws in Kentucky. Stalking statutes in Kentucky. The law regarding stalking may differ from state to state in terms of how they are obtained and enforced. The table below highlights the specifics of Kentucky's anti-stalking law. Now, you would think, what does the law pertain to? I'm in Kansas, he's in Kentucky. Which law do we go with? Do we go with Kentucky's law or do we go with Kansas's law? Well, I suppose technically it would be the federal law because it involves 2 states. So depending on how long this takes, I might go look up the federal law and I'll look up Kansas law. But I'm pretty sure this law pertains to where it is committed. Like if I am stalking him and then I would be he thinks I'm stalking him in Kentucky. So it would be Kentucky law that it pertains to. Now, if you're ever unsure of which law it pertains to, always go with the strictest one to be safe. Like if Kansas is more lenient than Kentucky is, always go with Kentucky just to be safe. That way you know. But I'm pretty sure since it involves 2 states, then it is federal. Code section, Kentucky Revised Statutes 508.130. Stalking. Stalking is defined as intentional course of conduct directed at specific persons which seriously alarms, annoys, intimidates, harasses, and which serves no legitimate purpose. The course of conduct would cause a reasonable person to suffer substantial mental distress. Right there. All we need to know is the word. Serves no reasonable purpose. Now, when you look at a law, you have to meet all the things of the law. So it would be intentional course of conduct. That's the one thing. It's got to be intentional. And you got to have some conduct that's intentional. Directed at a specific person. So that's the second part of the law you got to meet. It's got to be directed at somebody specific, which seriously alarms, annoys, intimidates, or harasses. That would be the fourth thing you've got to prove. You got to prove all these things to make this law. So they would have to prove seriously alarms, annoys, intimidates, or harasses. And, not and or, not anything. It says and, which serves no legitimate purpose. 5. There's 5 points. The course of conduct would cause a reasonable person to suffer substantial mental illness. Ah, my dogs. So, guys, quit. So, to be guilty of that, you have 5 points you have to prove in there. But the point where it doesn't pertain to me is because when I do this, I'm serving a purpose. So there, Jamie, I just proved that wrong. Now, let's go back to Jamie. Edith, hush.
He had to fail the drug test at MEEPS. He would have failed.
You know what? It's 11:27. Liberator's going to come on at 12:30. My dogs are being retarded. I'm sorry, I don't mean to use that word. I'm going to try to do better. I swear I'm going to try to do better. I just don't ever use that word. I don't know why I do it on here. But anyway, I'm going to end this and we'll come back, okay, and revisit the rest of Roger Brown. Thank you for everybody being here, and I'll see you back here in a little bit.